supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be doing that. Hey. Oh, stinker. Boy. Welcome back, friends, and welcome to the farm in sunny Southern California. Obviously, we are no longer in Phoenix anymore. We spent most of November in the Phoenix, Arizona area because I have family there, and we spent Thanksgiving with them. We ended up becoming residents of Florida during that time, and yeah, we had a great time with family. We did end up getting sick and getting COVID. However, everyone has fully recovered, so that's a blessing. And I just wanted to give a little update video here to you guys and wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. We ended up coming to this little farm here. We'll call it a mini farm that belongs to one of our friends. She actually bought our van conversion, which I don't think I've ever really shared too much about on this channel. So if you're interested in seeing some about our van that we had converted, let me know below, and I'll try to pull out some old footage and put together a video for you guys. Maybe we'll even go see the van. She's made some changes to it for her needs. And we became friends after selling her the van, just kept in contact, and we needed a place to kind of stop for a little while and actually be able to do a couple projects. You know, after you've lived in 126 square feet for a while, fully off-grid on the road, you know, we did the build in 6 weeks roughly. There's changes that need to be made, and some of those changes we've already started making, and some of them actually require quite a bit of work. So we needed somewhere we could be stationary for a little bit and be able to access hardware stores and take things apart and not have it be a complete disaster. And so she was kind enough to welcome us to her little mini farm here. She's got 2 horses, which, yep, they're both back there. That's Hindi and Habib. And then we've got 2 goats, a rooster named Bonito, and a couple hens. And everyone lives in pretty much harmony here. A lot of coyotes around in the area, but it's been really good being here. We've been here for a few weeks now. And so since we got here, we actually started doing a few projects, one of which was really needed, and that was a shoe organizer. So we finally got to sticking a shoe organizer on the door so that we don't track in that dirt and mud all the time. And it's just on there. It's actually an adhesive backed organizer, so I didn't have to drill into the door at all, even though I wasn't against that idea, but I didn't have to. You just stick it on there. I've got some pretty heavy shoes I pull pretty hard on, and it hasn't budged at all. So that's great. It's kept the dirt off the floor inside much cleaner. It's really opened up the space inside because we don't have shoes all over the place, which is just awesome. And then for those who have been following along, you will have known that when we were outside of Durango in Colorado, it was getting really cold, like low 30s and maybe even dipping into the high 20s. And we were running the mini split here on the trailer in order to keep ourselves warm, which was running like 900 to 600 watts. It was just taking so much power. And yeah, we have a lot of solar panels. We have 1400 watts, but they couldn't keep up. Both the panels and our battery bank during the more winter time when you're not getting as much direct overhead sun, wasn't able to keep up with our usage. So we were losing power a lot. So we needed a more reliable second source of heat. And so we went ahead and installed a diesel heater. That video is actually coming out right after this one, so you can check out our channel and it'll be there. And I'm gonna go through what heater we chose, why, some of the pros and cons of that one, and how I installed it. But yeah, really I've enjoyed that heater so far. And then kind of corresponding to all this, we've noticed that we need a bit more power. So we have 1400 watts solar up there, and we're almost going to double that capacity. So those panels are coming down, and we actually purchased 6 new panels that have a higher wattage to each panel that we're going to be putting up, and we have to have a custom roof rack built, fabricated, and installed. So that's going to be a whole process and a whole video of itself once that happens, and we'll bring you guys along for that as well and kind of let you know what our thoughts were on why we went with such a big panel system versus expanding our battery bank even more. There's a clear reason why we did that. And then another major project is dealing with some gray water. So we have 3 gray systems right now: the sink, the bathtub, and the urine diverter. And I want to simplify that to one system that we don't have to worry about dumping all the time. So that'll be an update pretty soon. Hi, Hindi. They're such good horses. Yeah, then part of the other bit of this video that I want to kind of get into with you guys, since it is the holidays, is how we have been feeling with the holiday spirit. So we're no longer obviously in New England, and it's very different. It's very different being in somewhere that doesn't have snow and have the cold when it comes to the holidays. You know, I grew up in Minnesota, but I did live in Arizona for about a decade, so I've experienced that. But then living in New England again, you really can feel the holiday spirit around the city in Boston, and that's different here. And so it doesn't really feel so much like Christmas to us. Part of that could just be a bit of our burnout. You know, we've done a lot this year. We went from a condo to a 126 square foot trailer home that we built out in just a matter of weeks. Adapting to living on the road full time while living off grid on the road, which is a whole nother thing. Learning how to coexist in that small space together, not just to keep our sanity, but to actually be productive and enjoy life. And setting new goals for both our family and for our health and cycling goals. Starting the YouTube channel. I mean, there's been a lot of new things and navigating those, and so I think we just feel a little bit tired, but I'm glad for the holiday and the holiday rest. And then yeah, finishing the PhD. I mean, that was a huge thing. You know, I wrote and defended my thesis all this past year too, so a lot of things happened real quick. And then I think also there's this disconnect between feeling the holidays, because everyone around in Boston, when we were there, you would have, you know, coworker holiday parties, you would have friend holiday parties, little social get-togethers, and I can feel that everyone's in that mood, but we're a part of it. We're separate from it. We've done a couple Zoom chats with some friends, but we're still separate from that culture, and in some regards from society as a whole, because we just don't participate in a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 job. So it's a very, very different living this lifestyle right now, for better and for worse. And that's been a big adaptation. So we don't really feel that holiday socialization that most people do. Sorry, I'm just looking at a cheat sheet here. Yeah, a big thing with that is routine. So you have to set your own routine in this trailer, and that's very different from working 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. It's easy to come up with maybe your next year goals and have that time to do that, both for professionally and for personal reasons. And it's almost like Groundhog Day sometimes here. Everything is the same every day unless you decide to make it different. So setting goals and feeling change happens a lot slower, I feel like. So it's a lot of difference, and it makes the holidays feel a little bit different. But anywho, I just want to touch base with you guys and say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And we'll be having probably a video coming out soon talking about our end of year review, so maybe a little bit more detail, and how we usually do this every year, because we've actually been doing yearly reviews for several years and many years in a row, just for ourselves. So maybe we'll go through our process for that, because it really helps us set goals and try to achieve those goals in various aspects of our life every year. So stay tuned for that. And just a reminder, you know, it would be much appreciated if you guys support us, and it's free for you to support us. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button and follow along on our journey, both here and, if you wish, over in our blog, which I'll link below. I have some other blogs and other adventures on there that I don't always share here. So yeah, give that a look, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.